He had chronic back pain, his medical notes looked fine on paper, and the rater kept circling the same clinical language, until an old performance review showed he'd been on light duty for months. That one civilian record changed everything for the claim. Welcome to the Veteran Benefits Reset Podcast. I'm Cameron Burrell, U.S. Army veteran and founder of VetBiz Media. Today, I want to show you 5 kinds of overlooked records you can collect this afternoon that help a rater see how a condition affects daily life.
Quick heads up. This episode is educational. I'm not offering individualized legal or medical advice. If you need case-specific guidance, contact a VA-accredited VSO, claims agent, or attorney. Also, privacy matters. Before you share files, redact Social Security numbers and unrelated personal data.
If your claim didn't go the way you expected, here's the usual reason. The packet didn't show how the condition affects real life. So, I'll walk you through 5 kinds of evidence that routinely get missed, how to request them, and how to package everything so a rater finds the functional details without hunting. One place people often miss is employer records and performance reviews. They actually show what someone could or couldn't do on the job. Ask HR for job descriptions, performance appraisals, attendance logs, and any memos about accommodations. Supervisors will sometimes write things like difficulty completing physical tasks or reassign duties due to pain. Those short lines describe function, and function is what the rater needs to see. When a review is long, pull one succinct excerpt into a single page that highlights the relevant phrase, and keep the full document attached so nothing looks edited. Another place to look is pharmacy and medication logs. Refill dates and patterns tell a story about symptom control and flare-ups. Call your pharmacy or pull the online portal and request a medication history. Include prescription dates, refill frequency, and any early refills. If you use more than one pharmacy, collect each list and put them next to each other so a reviewer can see patterns. Add a 1-paragraph note explaining any refill gaps, for example, a move, insurance change, or provider switch. That context prevents mistaken conclusions when a rater sees a gap. Don't forget separation and training files. Transition counseling, training evaluations, or discharge notes sometimes include contemporaneous details about injuries or limits right around the time you left service. A discharge counseling note that mentions ongoing shoulder pain limiting overhead tasks, dated at separation, is a dated statement that supports onset or continuity when medical charts are thin. Request those records from your personnel or education office and include a short cover note explaining their source. Community rehab, vocational rehab, and social work notes can be surprisingly detailed about day-to-day function. Use a proper authorization to get those records. If a provider charges a fee, prioritize targeted notes that describe function. Look for phrases like unable to perform full duties or requires assistance with personal tasks. Pull helpful lines into a 1-page highlight and attach the full note. Finally, time-stamped digital traces, photos, dated emails, calendar entries, and wearable data can corroborate other records when you explain them clearly. A photo of a recent knee brace with a timestamp, an email to your supervisor asking for leave, or a screenshot of interrupted sleep are useful, but don't drop them in without context. Pair each item with a short memo that states the timestamp source and names a witness if you have one. Look, formatting matters. Raters move fast and they see pages, not stories. Use a consistent file name convention like YYY-mm-dd-source-shortdesk.pdf so dates stand out. Add a 1-page cover memo that lists each file with a 1-line relevance statement. Highlight the exact excerpt you want the rater to read, but still include the full record. Compress everything into a single zip or PDF portfolio to upload or hand to your accredited representative. A few red flags. Don't submit full personal journals with unrelated details. Avoid diagnosis claims like, I have PTSD, in your own notes. Instead, describe observable effects. I avoid crowded stores because I feel dizzy and panic. Redact private numbers and use secure transfer or an accredited intermediary. Let me give you a short example. Picture a veteran with a service-related knee injury, ongoing pain, and reduced hours at work. He pulled a performance review showing reassigned duties, pharmacy logs with frequent pain med refills during flare-ups, and dated photos of his knee brace. Together, those items made the functional picture clear and helped move the claim forward. I still remember his call after uploading the packet. Relief, not because paperwork is magic, but because the story finally made sense on paper. If you want to get started right now, here's a 20-minute plan you can do in a coffee break. First, spend 5 minutes listing where to request records: HR, pharmacy, personnel, community providers, and your phone. Next, spend 10 minutes drafting 3 concise release requests with clear date ranges. Finish with 5 minutes creating 1 cover memo template and a file name convention. To recap, look beyond clinical charts. Employer documents, pharmacy logs, personnel and training notes, rehab and non-VA treatment records, and corroborated digital traces all help show daily impact. Format them simply, redact sensitive data, and pair digital items with short explanatory memos. One practical action before the next episode. Right now, open your phone, call your pharmacy, and request a medication history for the past 24 months. If you can't do that, email HR and ask for your last performance review. Even one item can change how a rater sees your claim. Thanks for listening. If this episode helped, follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with another veteran. Download the free 7-step Veteran Benefits Reset Guide at vetbizmedia.com/veteran7 for templates and a hidden evidence packet checklist you can use today. Your service did not expire. Your story is still worth reviewing. Take the next responsible step. Thank you for listening to the Veteran Benefits Reset podcast. If you found today's episode helpful, follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with another veteran who could benefit. Download your free 7-step Veteran Benefits Reset Guide at vetbizmedia.com/veteran7. And remember, your service did not expire. Your story is still worth reviewing. Take the next responsible step.